Well, hey there, everybody. It's Mrs. Massaro, and I'm here with another First Chapter Friday pick. One of the reasons I chose this book is because it is May, and May is Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. And this book is absolutely beautiful. It is a book that is written in verse, meaning that it's written in a series of poems. It is a Newbery Honor book, and I know you're going to love it. It is Inside Out and Back Again by Thanhhà Lại. Let's take a listen to what it's about before we get started. For all the 10 years of her life, Ha has only known Saigon, the thrills of its markets, the joy of its traditions, the warmth of her friends close by, and the beauty of her very own papaya tree. But now the Vietnam War has reached her home. Ha and her family are forced to flee as Saigon falls, and they board a ship headed toward home. In America, Ha discovers the foreign world of Alabama, the coldness of its strangers, dullness of its food, strange shape of its landscape, and the strength of her very own family. This is the moving story of one girl's year of change, dreams, grief, and healing as she journeys from one country to another, one life to the next. Now, this is First Chapter Friday, but when you're reading a novel in verse, it means that it's written, like I said, in a series of poems. They're not chapters, they're poems, and they're very short. So I'm going to read a bunch of them to you. Part one is called Saigon, which is in Vietnam. The year 1975, Year of the Cat. So the first line is the title of the poem. So 1975, Year of the Cat. Today is Tet, the first day of the lunar calendar. Every Tet we eat sugary lotus seeds and glutinous rice cakes. We wear all new clothes, even underneath. Mother warns how we act today foretells your whole year. Everyone must smile no matter how we feel. No one can sweep, for why sweep away hope? No one can splash water, for why splash away joy? You're going to hear a lot of poetic devices in this book. It's just absolutely beautiful. Today we all gain 1 year in age, no matter the date we were born. At our New Year's doubles as everyone's birthday. Now I am 10, learning to embroider circular stitches, to calculate fractions into percentages, to nurse my papaya tree, to bear many fruits. But last night I pouted when Mother insisted one of my brothers must rise first this morning to bless our house because only male feet can bring luck. An old angry knot expanded in my throat. I decided to wake before dawn and tap my big toe on the tile floor first. Not even Mother, sleeping beside me, knew. Right? This one is Inside Out. Every New Year, Mother visits the Ching teller of fate. This year, he predicts our lives will twist inside out. Maybe soldiers will no longer patrol our neighborhood. Maybe I can jump rope after dark. Maybe the whistles that tell Mother to push us under the bed will stop screeching. But I heard on the playground this year's Bon Chung, eaten only during Tet, will be smeared in blood. The war is coming closer to home. My apologies if my pronunciation is a little off here. The next chapter, Kim Ha. My name is Ha. Brother Quang remembers I was red and fat as a baby hippopotamus when he first saw me, inspiring the name Fa Ma River Horse. Brother Vu screams Fa Ya and makes me jump every time he breaks wood or bricks in imitation of Bruce Lee. Brother Coy calls me Mother's Tail because I'm always 3 steps from her. I can't make my brothers go live elsewhere, but I can hide their sandals. We each have but one pair, much needed during the dry season when the earth stinks. Mother tells me to ignore my brothers. We named you Kim Ho after the golden Kim River, where father and I once strolled in the evenings. My parents had no idea what 3 older brothers can do to the simple name. Ah. Mother tells me they tease you because they adore you. She's wrong. I still love being near her even more than I love my papaya tree. I will offer her its first fruit every day. Okay, next poem, papaya tree. It grew from a seed I flicked into the back garden. A seed like a fisheye, slippery, shiny, black. The tree has grown twice as tall as I stand on tippy toes. Brother Coy spotted the first white blossom 4 years older. He can see higher. Brother Vu later found a baby papaya the size of a fist clinging to the trunk. At 18, he can see that much higher. Brother Quang is oldest, 21, and studying engineering. Who knows what he will notice before me? I vow to rise first every morning, to stare at the dew on the green fruit shaped like a light bulb. I will be the first to witness its ripening mid-February. TT waves goodbye. My best friend TT is crying hard, knotting the hem of her pink, fluffy blouse. Her 2 brothers are also sniffling inside their car, packed to the roof with suitcases. TT shoves into my hand a tin of flower seeds we gathered last fall. We hope to plant them together. She waves from the back window of their rabbit-shaped car, her tears mixed with long strands of hair, long hair I wish I had. I would still be standing there crying and waving to nothing if Brother Coy hadn't come to take my hand. They're heading to Vung Tau, he says, where the rich go to flee Vietnam on cruise ship. I'm glad we've become poor so we can stay. Early March. Missing in action. Father left home on a Navy mission on this day 9 years ago when I was almost 1. He was captured on Route 1 an hour south of the city by moped. That's all we know. This day, Mother prepares an altar to chant for his return, offering fruit, incense, tuberoses, and glutinous rice. She displays his portrait taken during the Tet the year he disappeared. How peaceful he looks, smiling. He cocktails at the corners of his eyes. Each of us bows and wishes and hope and prays. Everything on the altar remains for the day except the portrait. Mother locks it away as soon as her chant ends. She cannot bear to look into Father's forever young eyes. March 10th. Mother's Days. On weekdays, Mother's secretary in a Navy office trusted to count out salaries in cash at the end of each month. At night, she stays up late, designing and cutting baby clothes to give to seamstresses. A few years ago, she made enough money to consider buying a car. On weekends, she takes me to market stalls, dropping off the clothes and trying to collect on last week's goods. Hardly anyone buys anymore, she says. People can barely afford food. Still, she continues to try. March 15th. Current news. Every Friday in Miss Singh's class, we talk about current news. But when we keep talking about how close the communists have gotten to Saigon, how much prices have gone up since American soldiers left, how many distant bombs were heard the previous nights, Miss Singh finally says no more. From now on, Fridays will be for happy news. No one has anything to say. March 21st. Feel smart. This year, I have afternoon classes plus Saturdays. We attend in shifts so everyone can fit into school. Mornings free, mother trusts me to shop at the open market. Last September, she would give me 50 dong to buy 100 grams of pork, bushel of water spinach, 5 cubes of tofu. But I told no one I was buying 99 grams of pork, 7/8 of a bushel of spinach, 4 3/4 cubes of tofu. Merchants frowned at mother's strange instruction. The money saved bought a pouch of toasted coconut, 1 sugary fried dough, 2 crunchy mung bean cookies. Now it takes 200 dong to buy the same thing. I will still buy less pork, allowing myself just the fried dough. One knows, and I feel smart. 2 more papayas. I see them first, 2 green thumbs that will grow into orange-yellow delights, smelling of summer. Middle sweet between a mango and a pear. Soft as a yam, gliding down after 3 easy, thrilling chews. Unknown father. I don't know any more about father and the small things mother let slip. He loved stewed eels, hot shad pastries, and of course his children, so much that he grew teary watching us sleep. He hated the afternoon sun, the color brown, and cold rice. Brother Quang remembers father often said, Viet Sut, the Vietnamese way to pronounce the French phrase "Paut de suite," meaning right away. Mother would laugh when father followed her around the kitchen, repeating, I'm starved for stewed eel. Tuyet sut, tuyet sut. Sometimes I whispered tuyet sut to myself to pretend I know him. I would never say tuyet sut in front of mother. None of us would want to make her sadder than she already is. I'm going to read one more. TV news. Brother Quang races home from class, throws down his bicycle, exhausted, no longer able to afford gasoline for his moped. Unbelievable, he screams and turns on the TV. Pilot for South Vietnam bombed the presidential palace downtown that afternoon. Afterward, the pilot flew north and received a medal. The news says the pilot has been a spy for the communists for years. The communists captured father. So why would any pilot choose their side? Brother Quang says one cannot justify war unless each side flaunts its own blind conviction. Since starting college, he shows off even more with tangled words. I start to say no, but mother pats my hand, her signal for me to calm down. So I really hope that you will check out the book Inside Out and Back Again. It is just a beautiful story. I love the historical fiction component. I love the novel and verse component of this book. And if you have any requests for any books that you'd like to hear on First Chapter Friday, I would love to hear from you. Just drop me a comment on my YouTube channel and I'll do my best to get to it. I'll see you next time, and until then, happy reading.